So we'll start with understanding this Google Sheet. I've named it Agency Client Automation, and these are the outstanding projects. So a typical flow would look something like this. You will send your script for approval to the client. The client would review the script and mark it as completed, will approve it. Then as soon as the script is approved, the video should be generated. Once it is generated, it will go to the editor. Then it will go to the client who can give feedback, and finally the approval. So this is just a base workflow. Each and every agency or every influencer can have a different way or a modified way to work with their team, but we need to understand this is a fair assumption to start with. So for now, I have taken just a limited number of fields wherein you have the serial number, which acts as a unique identifier, which we will see later on how it is relevant in the n8n workflow. Then you have the client name, client email, the script, the Hagen API key, 11 Labs API key. Again, this is all specific to a client. You have the Hagen Avatar Look ID, 11 Labs Voice ID. Then you have the status. You have the client feedback, and then you have the video URL. Okay, so this is the n8n workflow. We'll quickly go through all the nodes. So you have a Google Sheets trigger, which will fetch events from the agency client automation sheet. Currently, we have set the trigger to every minute. Depending on workload of your agency, you can kind of change it to every hour, every day, and so on. So this is your document, this is your list, and I've added a trigger for row added and updated, which we will see later. Then this is the router. We have five situations here. One is when the script approval is pending from the client. Then as soon as the script approval is completed, finally, after the completion of the script, you will need to edit that script. Then when it is edited, you will need feedback from the client. So what we will do is we'll start with testing this workflow. So I have filled out some basic details already. Only detail that is missing is the script. I'll quickly pass a script to it. I have now copied a script. What I'll do is, since my workflow is not currently activated, I'll start by testing this workflow. Let me just set up the status as script approval pending. So now I'll now start with testing this workflow. So now it has sent me an email because the status is script approval pending, and this is the client email. So I have received an email. Hi Ravi, please review and approve the script at serial number 1 here. Okay, so I'll click here. I will go to this Google Sheet. So this is when I'm acting as the client. Now I'll review this script. Hi, I'm Ravi. This is a test video to showcase the. Yeah, I think this script should be fine. I don't need to make any edits, and I'll give this script the approval. So now once the script is approved, I'll again click on testing the workflow again. Now note that this workflow is still not active. If it were active, I won't need to test the workflow again and again. As soon as the status here would change to completed, this would automatically trigger this. So now I change it to this. Now it will check the script approval has been given. So it will now go to 11 Labs and then Hagen. So I'll start with this. I've given a system prompt. So you will get the system prompt directly when you download this template. So this system prompt basically helps us modify the script in a format that will ensure that the 11 Labs text to speech conversion is perfect. So you need to ensure that the model that you are using is correct. I'm using 11 Labs Flash V2, which supports phoneme. You'll see it has introduced pauses wherever needed. Once this script has been generated, it will go to Google Drive because Hagen API needs a audio URL to be able to generate the video. So we have the video generation. All of this will be included in the template. So now after we have generated the voice, we have given it to Hagen. Now what this will return is a video ID. Now what we can do is we can also set up a webhook wherein whenever the video is completed, it will trigger another automation. Another solution is to just wait, right? It is not very important to get a instant response whenever the video is made. So we just set up a wait time of 4 minutes that you can increase this or decrease this for your experience, right? So currently it is waiting. Yeah, so the wait was over. From Hagen we fetch the video URL. So this is the video that has been made. Then we just use a URL shortener so that it is in a client ready format, and then in the Google Sheet we'll now update the status, and at the same time we'll also paste the video URL. So let's just quickly take a look at the video URL and how the video is looking. What happens essentially is now you can make an avatar of the client. If you want them in a video, you need not set up some time with them and then take retakes. So this reduces their workload as well as your workload. They just need to give approval for the script and this video can be generated. So this is their digital avatar, and with proper editing, it is as good as, you know, recording a video with your client. So now we have got the video. Now we will test the workflow again. What will now happen is, because the video is now generated, your editor should receive a mail that you need to start editing. So see that. So now your editor has received an email. Hi, please edit the video at serial number 1. So now they can go there, and after editing this video, they can update the status to video edited. Now the client will be notified to give feedback on this video. So test the workflow again. Hi Ravi, please review and provide feedback on the video at serial number 1 here. So just quickly click on this link, and I'll mark the status as, I'll give feedback here. I've given the feedback as a client, and I'll mark the status as client has requested changes. Now in this case, it should go to the editor again. So I'll just test this workflow once again. So now it's sent an email. Client has requested changes. Please read the client feedback here. So now I'll update the status to video edited again. Now this will again notify the client, and this process can go up to 2 or 3 revisions. If I test the workflow again, the client will ultimately receive another email to review the edited video. So we have now, as a client, I'll now check that if my feedback has been implemented. If there is another round of feedback, I'll give that, but else I'll just mark this as approved. Once this is approved by the client, it will trigger an email. It's just to give an idea of how you can collaborate more efficiently with your clients. Now, some ideas would be to, once the video is approved by the client, you kind of create a workflow from here that links it to your social media, let's say Instagram, LinkedIn, YouTube, etc., and it automatically posts the content there, and so on. So that part can also be linked from here itself. Also, you can let me know in the comments if you want me to create a similar workflow wherein this is now linked to your social media and it is kind of completing your whole automation process.